fell into a Great Depression. On top of that, we had to fight a war. Hitler had taken power in Germany and was trying to take over the rest of Europe. Japan and Italy were on the Nazi Germany side, known as the Axis powers. They were aiding Hitler in taking over the world and creating a pure race. The first attack Germany made on Poland started World War II. The U.S. didn't get involved until Japan attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. The bombing killed over 2,000 Americans, 68 being civilians. The war had been going on for approximately 2 years. The Allied powers were the U.S., the Soviet Union, and France. The U.S. joined the war, and there was 2 fronts, one in Germany and one in Japan. The U.S. attacked and was taking back most of Europe and returning power to the people. The U.S. had taken back so much of Europe that the Nazis surrendered. The 2 fronts became one, and all that was left was Japan. The U.S. was desperate to end the war and dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, successfully ending World War II.
Raised, born, mine out in Wisconsin, little town up in about 40 miles south of Superior, Wisconsin. I didn't get to finish high school because my father took me out of school. My folks had 13 ball-team boys and 4 umpires. Guess who the umpires were? Daughters. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
We had a farm and needed help. I love sports. I was an expert bowler. 288, if you know anything about bowling. I was in the service 5 years. Well, I traveled all over the South Pacific, New Guinea, Admiralty Island. We landed on Leyte in the Philippines. And I wanted to go back to my outfit. And they said, no, we're going to send you back. So they sent me back almost to Australia. Why did I join the military? I was drafted. Army.
Okay.
You could say I was with the Marines some of the time. They were right alongside of it. I belonged to 1st Cavalry Division, and the 1st Marine Division was fighting alongside of us. So I went through the whole military as a corporal technician. So I had to do many things, but I did also have time to myself. I got married in the service. I had to call my commander and get permission to get married. You just don't go out and get married. You had a job to do, and you do it or else. In the military, you do what they tell you, otherwise you're in trouble. My wife was 126 miles from her in the South Pacific. 126 miles. But I was closer to the Antarctic Circle than I was to my wife. I couldn't tell my wife where I was.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you try too hard to tell where you are, we'll cut your mail off. We did have some good times. Got message around to different outfits, and they, like the nurses came, nurses the Wax and the Mars. You know, they're part of the military, and they came and we had a dance, and all of a sudden the realities come to bear on. Today they got television. They got, well, most of the people have in the military have a phone that they can call their parents, you know. But then the only way you could communicate was by writing. I used to type some of my letters, but then I got to the point that I couldn't do that anymore. Like I said, it was a rough time, but I made it home. Luckily, and I think the good Lord was with me. I believe in Jesus Christ. I think that it would have to be something that stopped that snake from biting me. I think it was Jesus. I think he helped me all the way through the South Pacific, and also coming home. Had a big ship, but we hit a hurricane, a real bad storm, and water washing over the deck of the ship. I came back to the United States. I had a business of my own. Now they call it the Doctor of Motors. But then they call you a mechanic. I got 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys. I was happy that I got home. But I was glad that I could do it and get home.
This is only one of the many horrific stories of a veteran's life. These men gave up their sanity and even their lives for us. So next time you see a veteran, say thank you. They went through horrible times to save our country. I would like to thank Don for not only letting us interview him, but also for serving our country.